Hello guys, this is my first video on this channel, and I'm saying on this channel because I still have a Russian speaking channel. It's on the same topic, it's about relationships, these life-changing moments which every young man faces, I guess. So that's what I'm gonna tell you about. And as you can see, the title, which is about grinding, yes. Before I start getting into this topic, I wanna introduce myself a little bit. It's not gonna take a lot, but it's gonna tell you something about me. Since it's my first video, I'm supposed to do that, right? I supposed to tell you who I am, where I came from, so that's why. Okay, so I'm not gonna waste your time, guys. Let's start. The only thing you have to know about me is that my name is Maxim. I'm from Russia. I live in Dubai, and I study here at university. And recently I came to the thought that all of us, especially my generation, is so influenced. It's so easily influenced by marketing, by famous people. And the worst thing about that these people, these marketing strategies, they're changing your life view. For example, if you ever been to Dubai, you will understand me. Here, every guy in my age, I'm 20 years old, gonna tell you about business. First thing he's gonna ask you, what do you do for a living? How much money you make? And while you will look at his face, you will understand that he's hinting that if you will say, I don't do anything, like I'm just chilling, I'm just existing. As soon as he will hear it, he's gonna say that you're a fucking loser. Yes, you are. It's his thoughts, not mine. Because you don't do anything. And he's the same age as me. And why is he telling you that? Because he watches a lot of videos about this business mindset, that he has to put himself on the grind, because otherwise why do we live? There is no sense, there is no any goals if this goal is not about the money, if these goals aren't about money. We'll put this fact down that most of these guys which are gonna ask you this question in Dubai, these guys are working for their families. They don't have anything. They don't have anything their own, which actually belongs to them. They got nothing. Most of them are from very rich families, but as soon as you will start talking to them about some other topics, maybe about your life views, maybe even philosophy, yes, like why do you think people are acting like this, or some other ways? Why is it like this? Why the behavior changes? They're not gonna tell you anything because they don't know. They're gonna say that the first goal in their life is to make money. They chase money, It's their top one priority in the life. And they don't seek anything else. No, there's one more thing that is really stuck in their minds. Girls. I will explain you why. Most of the guys in Dubai are fake. Because when you actually approaching someone, imagine you're a guy who wants to approach a girl. The first thing you're gonna tell is how much you make, is what you do. And then you're gonna be shocked by the fact that she follows you only because you have money and nothing else behind you. You have only money, because that's the thing which you put in front of yourself when you started to talk about yourself, to tell about yourself to this girl. When you was introducing yourself to this girl, the first thing you mentioned was money. And of course, you will find a gold digger. You will end up being in a relationship with a gold digger, because you got nothing behind you. You have only this. You have only money. You have all of this grind mindset. You are so cool because you watched Andrew Tate, and you are so unique. Yeah, I guess you go to gym every time, like consistently, because you have to be top G. What does top G do? Goes to gym every day, makes money, a lot of money. He has all of these girls, and that's the lifestyle which you were programmed to follow. And as soon as you actually will get it, you won't be happy, because it's not your desire. Somebody told you that you need it. And if you won't get it, you will never be a man, you will never be a someone. It doesn't matter, whatever. And all of these dummies which live in Dubai are like so influenced by this shit. They got nothing else, they got nothing to tell you about. That's the only thing which matters to them. If you go to any club to Dubai, you will meet any guy who live there. I'm not gonna tell you about the ethnicity, about their nationality, it doesn't really matter. But most of the guys which I met was Arabs. And they were telling me about how often do they cheat on their girlfriends and how special they feel while working for his family. And you know, there's not only one guy like this in Dubai. There's a lot of them. There's fucking a lot of them. I'm really bad at math and I'm not gonna even try to count it. But my main point is that in Dubai feels so artificial. I have never met this type of people. When I was living in Russia, we had no these like influencers like Andrew Tate and etc. We didn't have all of this stuff. We didn't have all these people, and we were actually living. I'm not telling you that, you know, Russia and Russian people are way better, way smarter than the guys who live in Dubai. No. I'm just telling you that back in the days, you didn't feel overwhelmed. Like, I can bet on that. You didn't feel overwhelmed as you feel now. I'm not telling you that you have to be broke, you have to do nothing and just forget about your dreams if you have them. I'm telling you that you don't have to force things to happen. Because there's a chance, there's a probability that you won't get rich. And you won't get all of these girls, you won't get all of this like rich golden lifestyle. You won't get any of this. And I can face it, you know, I'm ready for that. I've been trying to grind, you know, I've been on that. Because as I started this video, I told you that I already been doing one channel in Russian language for 2 years. For past 6 months, I was doing it every fucking day. Every day, I was recording videos. I was uploading them consistently. And I actually started to gain subscribers. But as soon as I understand who these subscribers are, I was shocked. How did I realize that? I recorded a video that, you know, I like girls. Like, there are normal girls, they exist. They're not gonna like ditch you. They're not gonna cheat on you. They're not gonna leave you. I got so much hated for that. Like all of my comments were filled by angry dudes which were telling me that no, you are not right, you are wrong, because each girl is a person who is programmed to betray you. I'm gonna be polite. I'm gonna be polite today, but my reaction was like, they don't quite understand, I guess. So I was actually like so shocked by seeing this, and I understood only one thing: that all of these guys, all of these dudes are like so offended by these girls. They're offended by one case, maybe two, even three of them, where this girl, which they were dating for some time, left these guys, and that's why they started to think that all the girls are the same. They're gonna do the same thing as they're programmed to do so. And you know who are these guys? The same guys which tell me that yes, Andrew Tate is a top G and I have to be on the grind because blah 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 blah. They're also programmed. But that's not my point. I was on this grind and I got the fame. I got these subscribers. But as soon as I understood that all of these motherfuckers aren't the people which I wanted to be around with, I started thinking that no, I don't need that. I'm not like this. I don't feel the same way as they. So you have to be careful with your desires. Because sometimes you'll actually get what you want. But maybe this is not the thing which you actually wanted. And this is not the thing which is gonna make you happy. So, last thing. I was trying to do my own thing, my business. I was doing resale, I was doing scam, I was doing everything. And sometimes I'm still getting paid. Sometimes. And my own opinion on that nothing will make you happy if you don't feel happy in a society. In your society, in your close social circle. That's the number one priority for me. People which I'm surrounded by, Back in the days when I was in Russia, all of these memories are about the people I was hanging out with. It's not about money I was making. Nobody cared about that. I swear, nobody cared about that. Now it's time to tell you some secrets. Girls sometimes still liked me, even though I was broke, I was so fucking broke. But anyways, who cared? But now, of course, everyone started to care. That in 20 years old, you have to be on BMW car at least. Live in your own apartment and make maybe $5,000 or $10,000 per month. But don't you think that okay, I got all of this stuff. What's next? You will actually understand it by getting all of this shit, yeah? As soon as you will get it, you will understand that no, that's not what I wanted. And you're gonna be like, I want more, so you will never be like fulfilled, You will never feel that something is gonna make you happy. You're gonna chase like a dog every time. Because it wasn't your own opinion from the beginning. That's why. You're living not your life. You're living not your own life. You're thinking not your own thoughts. So you can try if you want. Again, I'm not telling you that you don't need to do anything. I'm just telling you, don't force it that hard as these people are telling you to do so. All of these people, you know what I'm talking about. Because, you know, I do this field, I do these channels because I like it. Maybe 1 year ago, I couldn't imagine that I'm gonna start again. I'm gonna start over, because that's what I'm doing now. I'm starting over from the scratch in English. All of the people which know something about me is gonna see this video, they're gonna watch it. But what can I do about that? I like all of these psychology stuff, that's why I'm doing that. That's the field which I can afford, which I can do for now to gain my knowledge, to gain my experience, to share the knowledge which I know, the knowledge which I already know with you. So I guess that's the thing, that's why I'm doing that. Not because somebody told me to do that. So my advice, just to think it over by yourself. That's pretty all. Thank you so much. Goodbye.